Dr. David Small retires from active practice later this year after more than 40 years in medicine. It has been a career and a life dedicated to the well-being of others.
It's been a wonderful career and practice, and I thank God for it.
Family, faith, and medicine were major influences in David Small's life from the very beginning.
I was blessed to be born into an Adventist home growing up in Southern California, Loma Linda. My father was a lifelong teacher in the Adventist school system. He taught at Loma Linda for about 60 years, with the exception of 7 years in India at the Christian Medical College in Vellore. His unselfish interest in education, teaching us that there are things much more important than money in life, he demonstrated that throughout his life, and I admire that.
So David Small followed his father's lead into medicine and into community service.
Following graduation from medical school at Loma Linda in 1962, I interned at Glendale Adventist Hospital and took 2 years of surgical residency training at Glendale and White Memorial Hospital in Los Angeles. And so in the summer of 1965, we left California and went to Mexico for a 5-year term at Montemorelos. The medical experience also included a lot of flying clinics where we would go, typically on Sabbath, up into some of the mountains that did not have road access, and hold clinics, and groups of students would come with us and would hold church services or Sabbath school. My wife and I look back on the experience in Mexico as a real highlight in our lives. The opportunity to work with people who did not have any other source of medical care gave a real feeling of being needed.
When the Smalls came back from Mexico, they chose to relocate in Dayton, Ohio, where a team of administrators from Glendale Adventist Hospital were developing the Kettering Medical Center. It was a perfect environment for Dr. Small to pursue his medical specialty, surgery.
One of the things that was very meaningful to me was to practice in an environment where it was encouraged to minister to the whole patient. It has been an honor to be a part of an organization where that kind of medical practice is encouraged. Throughout my surgical career, I have always chosen to pray with patients before surgery, asking God to guide me to do a good job with the surgery, asking God to grant them healing and that they would have peace. A patient who is relaxed and at peace is a better patient from the medical viewpoint as well as the spiritual viewpoint.
Dr. Small's patients certainly agree.
I have never been to a doctor before that when he came in the room says, "Is it okay if I pray with you?" And he took my hand, and it was just so something I never experienced. A feeling came over me like, this man is so gentle and he cares, and he really cares what happens to me. And the prayer set me on a course that I will forever stay on.
I think the most significant moment that I recall in knowing Dr. Small is the time when he prayed with me just before going into surgery. And it's done in such a way that it's as much a part of what he does as washing his hands. I think his concern for his patients, his concern for how you are, he never ceases to say, "How can I help you?"
Even in retirement, Dr. Small will continue to leave his mark on the medical community.
As I face retirement from active medical practice, I do look forward to continuing the educational work. The young people who come through our institution are given an exposure to the Christian practice of medicine. These are the people who will be the future of medicine in our community or wherever they may go. And I hope to continue to have an influence in them, help them to find the same joy in medicine that I've enjoyed.
But it's the patients he has served who bear the unmistakable imprint of Dr. David Small.
Something I remember that has stuck with me, and that's the words that he very often uses to end his prayers. And that is, "Dear Jesus, someday, please save us in heaven."
I will forever be grateful to him, forever.